Well, it feels like more people around North Texas are dealing with stomach bugs lately. You're not imagining it. Cases of parasitic infection are growing at a rapid rate across the country, including new cases in Denton and Collin County, and the Norovirus continues to spread throughout our communities. So Dr. David Winter of Baylor Scott and White Health joins me this morning on what we need to know. Good morning to you, Dr. Winter.
Good morning, Erin. Good to be with you.
So glad to have you. So if you could, what is the name of this parasitic infection and what are some of the symptoms we should be looking out for?
Yeah, the parasitic infection is due to Cyclospora. That's the name of the parasite. And the disease is cyclosporiasis. Sounds like a skin disease, but no skin symptoms at all. In fact, the symptoms are diarrhea, cramping, maybe some nausea, fatigue. And the diarrhea is actually pretty severe in some people. They actually call it explosive diarrhea, if that kind of gets your attention. Norovirus, not quite as bad typically. Norovirus takes typically a day or two to get that once you've been exposed. With the Cyclospora parasite, it takes about a week, and then it can come on, go away, and then come back again. So a little bit different between the two. Cyclospora is the nasty one. That's the one you don't want to get.
My goodness. Okay, so tell me, what is the biggest concern for people who get sick from either the parasitic infection or the norovirus?
With any diarrheal illness, dehydration is a problem. So you want to be sure you drink plenty of water. That's the key. Now, with the Cyclospora parasite, that can easily go beyond that with abdominal pain, gallbladder type symptoms. It's a neurological disease you can get from that Guillain-Barré, arthritis, urinary tract symptoms, so a lot more with the Cyclospora parasite than with the virus, which is a norovirus, and that's a little bit milder, thank goodness.
Cyclospora, I'm trying to say it with you this morning. 2 cases of that parasitic infection in Denton County as well as Collin County. 2 cases there as well. Do North Texans need to be concerned? How can someone tell whether they're having those symptoms?
It's sometimes hard to tell, and this is actually the Cyclospora parasite is pretty rare. We don't usually see many. I've heard there's up to 48 cases though in Texas right now, so it's going to be the worst case we've seen in a couple of years. Wow. And the problem is with this one, it's hard to diagnose it. In fact, the usual stool tests don't show it, so if you have those symptoms with explosive diarrhea that comes and goes and comes back again, talk to your doctor. There's special tests that can identify that because there's good treatment available if you need it.
My goodness, I just keep hearing you say that it comes back again. Usually with viruses, you get it once and you're usually done with it, but not this one. We need to be proactive. So what steps can we take to protect ourselves and our families?
Yeah, now let me talk about norovirus because you get that from contaminated food. So be careful with food that you eat. Make sure it's cooked very well. With Cyclospora, you get that not from cooked food, but from vegetables. Salads are the common thing. So if you're making a salad yourself at home, use plenty of water to rinse out the lettuce and all the other fruits that you might put in there. Those can have the parasite in it. And we're seeing a lot of it in the summertime. That's when it typically comes on. This may be the worst year ever. So be careful with salads at home. Be sure you rinse them very, very well.
Indeed. Okay, so tell me, how do you treat the symptoms? How do you know when the intestinal illness is actually gone?
Yeah, it's hard to know for sure. When it goes and doesn't come back, you're fine. But if it comes back a second time, that's when you need to have a test done just to make sure it's not Cyclospora, because that can linger for a while. What it does is it grows in the intestine. It parasites. The more and more parasites grow and multiply. Then your immune system suppresses them. Then they come back again. So if you have that kind of cycle, that's when you know you may have Cyclospora and cyclosporiasis. What a horrible name they call it. Be careful if you have that. If you do, see your doctor because there is good treatment available. Some common antibiotics work to get rid of it very quickly.
All right. Well, all we can do is lean on your knowledge and take it and put it into action and pay attention to the world that's going on around us. If we're looking for your help, your tips, your tricks, where can people find you, Dr. Winter?
Yeah, davidwinter.bsch.com.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning and giving us the knowledge that we need.
Thank you, Erin. Good to be with you.